Andrew Pierce and Bev Turner entered into a fiery debate with a Just Stop Oil activist on GB News and slammed the protester as arrogant. It comes after it has been reported that protest groups such as Just Stop Oil may be forced to pay compensation to the people whose lives they disrupt under plans in a government-commissioned review. Individuals, businesses or institutions that could show they endured loss, distress or suffering from an illegal protest would be entitled to court-ordered compensation from activists. The plans, understood to be supported in principle by Downing Street, are due to be announced on Tuesday as part of a review. Speaking to Andrew and Bev on GB News, campaigner Gil Taverner said, "It's not fair cop, is it? A fair cop would be looking at who do we sue when fossil fuels release more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere? Who does a farmer sue when they can only plant on a third of their land? Who do we sue when our homes are flooded? Who do we sue when an elderly relative is washed away in a flood or dies in their home of heat? All we're trying to do is raise the alarm. And we wouldn't have to be disrupting anything if the government would take these things seriously." She added, "It's just ridiculous." Bev then said, "The catastrophic thinking that you demonstrate that when you talk about this issue, I'm sure that feels important to you. But it doesn't feel important to the person whose cafe can't open on a Saturday morning because of the disruption outside their business, who can't pay their bills or their mortgage because you're fighting for something that you believe in. Your catastrophic thinking will happen in several decades. Make that make sense." The activist responded, "This nonsense about I believe in my catastrophic thinking. Scientists are hanging their heads and pulling their hair out in despair. Not only because they are the ones who study science, they understand physics. Climate scientists are saying it is headed in that direction." Andrew said, "Let's just talk about a cafe or a newsagent losing money again. You've cost them revenue. Why would you not think it fair to repay them some money? They may be putting people out of a job." Gil said, "Why would you not think it fair if that cafe—" Andrew interrupted, "Why don't you answer the question?" She responded, "Because what is fair is we need to be able to say and to be heard to say what we need to do." Andrew blasted, "You sound so arrogant, Gil." A Home Office source said, "Extremism of any kind has no place in our society and we will not tolerate tactics that set out to intimidate, threaten or cause disruption to the law-abiding majority." In recent months, we have also witnessed a small number of protesters display violent and hateful behavior, and the police have our full support in tackling extremism and hate crime. We will consider the report's final recommendations extremely carefully and will respond in due course.